Yo, what's going on, guys? Evan Tanaka here, back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to go 12-0 or 12-4 to earn that pink diamond Gary Payton. He is the unlimited reward for going 12-4 in the opal tier. So there's four main ways I'm going to be talking about how to go 12-0 or 12-4. And basically, guys, the last way is the most important, so make sure to stick around till the end of the video to see all of the ways, plus the most important one is at the end. If you guys aren't new here, I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we just hit 900 subscribers as the time I'm recording this. And I really want to say I do appreciate everybody that has been showing support on the channel, and I would recommend you guys subscribe down below. I post 2 to 3 Myteam videos every single day and give some of the best no money spent content, tips, and tricks on the platform. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. So you guys may be saying, Evan, your record is dog shit. Now, I would agree, but I do have Gary Payton, I do have Wilt Chamberlain. If you guys know that qualifiers that just did happen, I came 10th place in the qualifiers. I have Wilt Chamberlain, like I said. I came 6th place in the first qualifiers, 10th place in the second qualifier. And when I got Gary Payton, I think I had a 90 win percent. I think I was 50, or how many wins is it? 56? All I know is I only lost a couple games, and I had like around a 90% win percent when I got Gary Payton. And throughout the showdowns here, and just like look at my record, like I've quit out of so many games. So if you want to say I have a bad record, I mean, hey, I do have a bad record. Do I care about my record? No, but I do have Gary Payton, so I know how to get the card. I do have Wilt Chamberlain, and in qualifiers, I play in a bunch of tournaments. Trust me, I'm pretty good at this game. I think I know what I'm talking about. So we said at the start of the video, there's 4 main ways. The first way is going to be your team. So we're going to hop over to the team. Now you guys may be asking me or saying to me, Evan, you have one of the best teams of the game. Of course you're winning all your games. We don't have that. Okay, so if you're saying that down below, which it is very fair to say, I am a big person on budget teams and no money spent squads, and this series and account is no money spent. I just put a lot of time into it, and I know how to make a lot of MT. But I will link so many videos down below. I have so many 200k budget squads, 100k budget squads, 50k budget squads, best budget cards, best, how to construct your lineup. I'll leave all of the helpful videos down below. There may be like 20 videos down below to help you guys out by the end of this video, but I just want to overall go through it live with you guys to show you guys some of my tips and tricks. So we're going to make a quick budget team right now. Let's just go to my limited lineup, because why the hell not? So for starting point guard, I don't know if I have any of the good budget cards, but we'll try to find one. That Mike Conley is really easy to get, and I feel like he's honestly not bad. For shooting guard, everyone should be able to get, what's his name, Donovan Mitchell from that free pack. Donovan Mitchell, really solid. Small forward, again, I don't have some of the best budget cards, but Mikal Bridges is like 4k MT, 5k MT. He's really good. But like I said, I will leave those links down below to some of the best budget teams that I can make. Jonathan Isaac, really good, right there. And then let's go for center. We could go that ZZ. Do I have that ZZ card? I don't have that ZZ card. That ZZ card is really good. That ZZ Wang card, he is such a good center. I'll use George Mikan for now. He's only about 30k MT. And then again, I'm not going to go over the team too much because I do have videos linked down below. But if you hop out of this team and we go back into our starting lineup, I'm going to tell you guys why my lineup is so good. I've said this in many videos before. You want to have a balanced lineup. You don't want to put too much offense in the starting lineup, and you don't want to put too much defense on the bench. So what I do for my lineup is I have AK off the bench. Sorry, I have Paul Silas. I do have AK as well, but I'm trying to figure out my lineup because I just got Paul Silas, which I did make a video about before. But like I said, we want to have Gary Payton with James Harden because we need somebody who can create the ball besides Gary Payton. You don't want to have Gary Payton or like who's a good defensive point guard, like a Walt Frazier, that type of point guard, a Jason Kidd. You don't want to have a Jaylen Brown beside them. That's just not really going to work out. So if you're going to use a lock point guard or a point guard who's mainly known for their defense, you got to make sure you have a guy who can just go get you a bucket at the starting 2 or beside them. So for me, I got James Harden. And for starting lineup, I got Klay Thompson because Klay Thompson is an elite defender with Hall of Fame clamps, 95 perimeter, 92 steal, 95 lateral, something like that. Clay is an amazing defender, so he can help Ja Morant on defense. And sometimes I do start Paul Silas because I want a little bit more defense just to be able to hide Ja Morant. So I think I do start Paul Silas on this lineup. And again, so for my lineup, you want to have not a lock on each. I mean, you want to have a lock in each lineup. You want to have a person you put on ball, their best player. So for me, I put Gary Payton on the best player. If that's Paul George, if that's Ja Morant, if that's James Harden, if that's Klay Thompson, Gary Payton does end up guarding them. And then James Harden's a very good second off-ball defender. He can guard the second best player, and then Melo can pick up the third best player. If it's like a Grant Hill, an AK, whatever it is, Melo can definitely pick him up. Even Melo on like a KD or Giannis, I'm okay with. But yeah, constructing your team is very important. I did make a video on this, so I will link that down below. But I just want to talk about that real quick. It's just being able to construct your lineup. Again, you don't have to have the best team in the game, but I feel like constructing your team really makes a big difference in not having an unbalanced lineup. So not having too much offense on one line and not a lot of defense, but having, you know, really good offense, but then your defense is ass, and then the other line's really good defensively, but you have no offense and you can't score the ball. So it's just balancing out the lineups. So that's the first thing I want to talk about, the lineups. And the next thing I want to talk about lineups is I've been hearing from some people, let's call it 12-0 because that's the video we're making. I've been hearing from a lot of people that I did undercase or whatever it's called. I have been hearing from some people that doing a 5-man or doing a not a budget, well, doing a budget team, but having a lower overall. So let's say I do my best lineup, I'm gonna run a 5-man, okay? So let's just say I use Melo, let's just say I use Giannis, let's just say I use DRIBBLE, right? And then off the bench, what they do is I use all of these gold cards. And what they say is that lowering your overall actually makes you play worse opponents, which I don't know if it worked. I know it worked in years past. I'm not sure if it works too well in like right now. So this is something I'm not going to guarantee you and say this is going to work for sure. Everything else in this video I know for sure works. So this is something I'm just going to throw out there. If you want to go try it, you definitely can. Am I saying it's guaranteed going to work? Like I said, no, but it's something I think you could very much and very well try. I don't think this glitch works from like 2K19 where you can lower the overalls. Does it work? Wait, wrong lineup. Does it work? Where's my 12-0? No, it doesn't. Okay, so this is an 88 overall compared to my best team, which is a 93 overall. So it does make a little bit of difference, and you're running with the 5-man lineup, and maybe you'll verse a weaker opponent. And again, you can do that with your budget squad. So where's that team we made for limited, right? This team's only an 84 overall, and this starting 5 is really good. Like Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Mikal Bridges, Jonathan Isaac, George Myteam, and you're only an 84 overall, so maybe you match up against worse opponents. So that's something you can definitely look into, is having a worse overall team to see if you can match, you know, run a 5-man or run a 7-man and having a lower team overall to maybe end up playing, you know, some worser teams and some worser opponents. So that's the first thing. Just want to talk about the team real quick and maybe some lineup matching you guys do to try out. Again, not guaranteeing that. So that's the first thing. The first step to going 12-0 is starting with your team. The second tip starts with offense, and there is a couple different things. Let me pick my actual lineup. Yeah, because I want to pick somebody that I know actually how to dribble with. So we'll just do Klay Thompson. Probably that's probably fine enough. So we're gonna hop into freestyle now and show you guys how to dribble. So tip number 2 has to do something with offense, and basically it is dribbling. So I feel like if you can learn how to dribble properly, and you can have a really good dribble package, and you know every single move in the game, and you know when to use it, when to be effective, and how to use it, I think that can really help your game. So, you know, moving like that, you know, coming off screens, taking those shots. We're gonna hop into a domination game and show you guys some of the offensive reads. We are gonna have a pick and roll video coming out tomorrow, so that will help you guys out a lot. But the dribble tutorial I will leave down below in the description. I go in depth about every single dribble move you guys should learn how to do. The ones being this momentum behind the back. Hold on, it's this move. Hold on, I can't get it. Hold on, give me 1 second, right? I keep on between the legs. Hold on, I haven't done this move in a while. There, right? It's not that good with Klay. Klay does not really have a good move, but it's that move. But actually, let me show you with Harden. Harden does it a lot better than Klay Thompson. Basically, it's this move. This move is really, really good. So I teach you guys how to do that. I teach you guys how to do the momentum and then do the snatchback. This snatchback is a really, really good move to burst out of. Again, if I switch back over to Klay Thompson, I'm gonna switch him out for James Harden. That move, that pullback, that snatchback, I call it, that move is really good because you can go like this. Like if you snatch back, you can go like this, or you can go like this, right? Or you can go like this, and you can cross it over behind the back, right? Pull it back this way into a shot. I think it's a really, really good move. Again, I teach you guys how to do that in that video, so I will be linking that video down below. Once again, a lot of videos to link down below. I also taught you guys how to quick stop, so you're gonna link that video down below as well. Make sure to learn how to quick stop. That is a very, very not, I guess, productive, but it's a very effective thing to learn how to do, is how to quick stop. So now the main thing I'm going to be talking about in this video is pick and roll offense. For offense, again, not going to go too into detail because I will be having a video coming out tomorrow about fully into depth about offense and pick and roll and stuff, but just going to quickly go over right now, and then we'll get on to the third thing and then the fourth thing, which is the most important thing of how to go 12-0. The main thing for offense is you want to set up your freelance. You want to come down to Hawks 2018. This is the freelance you want to run to create the most space on offense and to have the best spacing on the floor. So you need to go down to offense. I'll just do it again. You need to go down to offensive settings. You need to come down to freelance, and you want to pick Hawks 2018. Make sure you do that before every game you play, and I'll show you guys how to activate it to make sure it actually works. But that's the first thing you got to do for offense, is just go into your offensive settings, scroll down to freelance, and turn on Hawks 2018. We're gonna win tip and show you guys what to do first on offense. We are gonna win tip here, so we're gonna pass it back out. So first thing what you're gonna want to do is, you know, the 4 buttons on your controller. You're going to hit the right button, and it's gonna pull up offense options. You're gonna scroll down to freelance, and you're gonna pick Hawks 2018. And the main thing with offense, guys, is pick and roll. So we're gonna run pick and roll. We're gonna pass inside to D-Rob, and we're gonna get an okay look there. I will show you guys in instant replay what did happen and what looks we did have out of this pick and roll. So we're gonna call the screen right here. Right, we're gonna go around the screen, and we see AD is playing a pretty good hedge position. He is there to hedge. He's watching the shot. They are gonna end up switching. So what the smartest thing to do is probably to just take John Morant and pop it back out to here, and then let D-Rob post up into the paint and have an easy mismatch. What we did is kind of just a little bit, we rushed it a little bit. D-Rob does end up rolling to the rim. We're gonna throw that pass, and we know that, you know, Westbrook's too small for David Robinson, so we got the easy layup to go. Wasn't the best example, so let me get another example and show you guys real quick. Next offensive possession here, we're gonna see if we can get a drive with John Morant. So we're gonna drive by, and we're gonna get the easy blow by and dunk over LeBron. Okay, so I'll show you guys what was there. This one's pretty easy and pretty fast to explain, but basically what happened is D-Rob sets a screen. We notice that AD does not play really good hedge defense. We have John Morant, who is a really fast point guard, and we know we can kind of turn the corner and get to that middle of the paint, and that's an easy wide open dunk. What we could have done, guys, is you see Giannis wide open in the corner, isn't the best 3-point shooter, but what you could do is you can make that decision before you take the dunk. So right about here, what I could have seen is I could have seen LeBron move, maybe like here, before I clicked X to go up. What I could have seen is I see the help defender is dropping, so then I'm going to throw that pass over to Giannis wide open in the corner. And if, let's say, Westbrook does make a miraculous play and he leaves David Robinson and goes to play help to Giannis, then what we would do is just take Giannis into the paint with on Westbrook, because again, smaller defender. So getting to the paint, it's kind of like real life that my coach has been teaching me. Getting to the paint is basically the most important thing to do on offense, because it's going to draw help, right? Because if no help comes, then you take the dunk like I did, right? We got the dunk over LeBron anyways. But getting to that paint makes, look at these eyes, all on him. He draws all the attention, and someone might drop, right, in real life and in the game, right? In game, the corner may drop, and basically if they don't have corner settings on, that means their corner is going to drop, and basically that's a wide open three with Giannis. That Westbrook's not going to make that. Again, it's the AI. That Westbrook's not going to be able to run to that Giannis in time. We have an easy dunk as well, but we also have an easy pass. So that's another good read. We're going to get another one here real quick. Next offensive possession here, we're going to try to hit the roller. So we're going to drive in, and we're going to see the roller pass inside all the way and get the easy layup to go. So we're going to show that. This is probably the last we're going to show for the pick and roll. Again, we'll be having a video going in depth on every single pick and roll, option there is, going over, shooting threes out of pick and roll, passing out of pick and roll, driving off a pick and roll, dotting corner off a pick and roll, pick and pop off the pick and roll, pick and pop, right? So that video will be coming out very, very soon in the next couple days. I already have it recorded, just got to edit. So that video will be coming out soon, but just want to quickly go over some offensive tips here right now. So basically, going to set the screen with David Robinson. John Morant's going to run around the screen. Once again, D-Rob slows pretty slow, but he is going to hit the roller, and we're going to easily pass it inside to David Robinson and get the easy layup over the smaller Westbrook. That's a pretty easy layup for David Robinson. So that is pretty much it for offense. Now talking about defense, guys, going to have to talk about this really quick because, again, defense happens pretty fast. Basically, there's one main thing you want to do on defense. You want to play off ball. I know it's sweaty, I know it's cheesy, but you got to play off ball. And basically, you just want to use the center, and you're just going to move around. You see me just moving around, watching there, getting back on defenders, right? They're going to run a little play. We're here. We're on the center every single time. Watch the screen. We're going to come play help. Good pinch there. Back out. Great defense. I'm going to show this play after, right? Bad jump by me there, but hey, hands up defense. Great defense. Going to grab that rebound. So let me show you that pinch I did with Klay Thompson. I don't know if you guys heard me say it or if you guys saw it, but I did a very, very good pinch with Klay Thompson. And that is something that you guys all need to learn how to do, is learn how to pinch. Don't know why the camera's not letting me zoom out. This is very interesting here. So let me try to zoom out with the camera. Thank you, camera, for letting me zoom out. Okay, so let's pull this bitch back up to the top of the key. Okay, so things you guys may have not seen, let's actually go from this angle. Okay, we get a little bird's eye view action here. So we're going to see that LeBron James and AD are going to do their classic pick and roll, and they're going to try to, attack the basket. And now right now I am on D-Rob, as you guys can see, Pennywise Sal. My gamer tag is on David Robinson. And quickly we're going to realize we're going to want to pinch this screen. So what we're going to do is, you guys see me switch on. Now we're on Klay Thompson. We've left AIs on these Giannis and D-Rob. They're going to have to guard the pick and roll for now. We're going to see LeBron James is going to try to drive in. My man is James Harden. We can obviously recover there. What we're going to do is basically, it's just a stunt and recover. Again, what I do in real life, but also in the game works really well. So I'm going to show him and then go right back out. See what I did there? I made him pick up his dribble. I made him not be able to get to the rim, right? This is called a pinch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch there and then recover back to my man, and we play great defense, right? So that is a way you can do it. Now, you can blitz the screen, or you can try to go for the steal, but basically right there, we're just going to stunt and recover, or it's called pinching the screen in 2K. In 2K terms, right, we're going to pinch, so we're going to go right there, and then recover back to Harden. It is a very, very good way to play defense in the game. So one last time to show you guys in fast motion. So it's going to go boom. LeBron James comes around the screen, and we're going to pinch over to Klay Thompson. He's going to pass it back out. You know, we play good defense, boom, boom, boom. We're going to jump with David Robinson like an idiot, and then we're going to switch on Giannis, play great defense, and we're going to get the stop. So let me get another couple defensive possessions and show you guys how to play defense. Again, this is the third tip of how to go 12-0, so this is the defensive aspect of 2K. So next defensive possession here, what we're going to do is we're going to try to blitz the screen. But again, we are on the center. That's all we were doing, is we are on the center, we're on the center, we're on the center, we're on the center, right? We're here. CPU is going to play great defense, right? We're going to watch this off-ball screen. We're here playing great defense, right? Most people on Unlimited don't do screens, but we're here, great defense. Let the CPU guard that. Look at the CPU. He's just going to clamp up. Look at the CPU. You have to trust your CPU in this game. You can't not trust your CPU. You got to have full faith in them. Again, if you have decent players, your CPU will be able to lock up. Again, Klay's a great defender. So hopefully going to get a better possession here for defense and show you guys what happens. Basically, we're going to sit on the center, right? Gobert can't shoot, so we're going to give him all the space in the world. Why do we care about Gobert? He can't shoot, right? What is he going to do? Pick and roll. We're going to come with Giannis, and we're going to blitz the screen, try to get the steal. We don't get the steal. We're going to recover back, and we almost get the bait. Oh, we were almost there. Great defense. Hands up defense. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Look at that defense, guys. I'm going to show you guys in the instant replay. I will be making a full in-depth defensive video as well, but just want to talk about some stuff real quick in this video, just to get it out for you guys, to help you guys out right now, to try to go 12-4, 12-0 to get Gary Payton. So this is something called blitzing a screen, which is kind of like pinching, but you're going to go for the ball. So basically, this isn't the best spacing they have. We're going to switch on to Giannis. So what we're going to do is it's called blitzing for a reason. We're going to blitz at Curry, and we're going to try to get the steal. You see me reach, we don't get the steal, right? That's called blitzing. So we're going to reach right about here and try to get me a steal. We don't. Now we're going to see that he's going to try to pass back to KD. Because again, no spacing on the floor. We're easily recovering back. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to try to get that steal. We pick it off, and he gets the ball back. But that's great defense, as you guys can see one more time. We're going to blitz that screen, come up there, play great defense. Everything else is covered. Boom. Try to get the steal. Don't end up getting it. And then we play great defense the rest of the possession. Hands up defense, hands up, and we get the block to get the defensive stop. So as you can see that one more time, and we get the block with the CPU, right? CPU, let your CPU do stuff. They're going to help you out. So that is the third tip, is defense. We'll be talking about way more in depth in another video, but just those are some quick tips there. Play off ball with your center. Learn how to pinch screens, learn how to blitz screens, and just play overall good defense. The more you play, the better you'll get. So that's tip number 3 of how to go 12-0 in NBA 2K22 Myteam. On to the last and final tip, in my opinion, the most important tip. So in my opinion, the last tip is actually split into 2 things. I'm going to give you guys an extra bonus tip here that I just thought about. First thing is the time you play at. There are certain times that you play and all you will match up is sweats. And if you're wondering why, it is because of the time you're playing at. In my opinion, Eastern time, the worst time to play is between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. That is the worst time to play. That is when I personally play all the sweats. You may think, oh, well, the later at night, the more sweats that are on, because they're all sweaty and they stay up till 3 a.m. playing. It is actually the complete opposite. Me playing at 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. actually has got me the least good amount of opponents, and I've always versed not very good kids at 3 a.m. I did showdowns here, and what I was doing is I would play 10 games at 3 a.m. till like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I'd play 10 games to get bot, good player, bot, good player, bot, good player. That's what would happen if I played during 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I would get good player, bot, good player, great player, bot, great player, good player, bot. Right? There's a big difference, and that's going to make you guys easier games to win, and you're going to get a lot easier matchups. Now, the most important tip, in my opinion, that one's really good as well, but the most important tip is skill-based matchmaking and understand how it works. So, skill-based matchmaking is something they added this year, and it's something a lot of the 2K community does not like. I'm personally not a fan of it, but not a fan of it, but definitely not enjoying it as well. Basically, what skill-based matchmaking is the more games you win, and by how much you win, the harder opponents you will play. So to break that down, let's say you start off in silver tier, you're 0-0 in the silver tier, you've never played a game of Unlimited, you start your skill points at 0. Let's say you win that first game by 50 points. Now let's say your skill points is at 20. Let's say you win that next game by 70. Now your skill points are at 35. Then you lose by 10. Now your skill points are at 25. You win by 20, now your skill points are at 40, right? That's how skill-based matchmaking works. You have skill points. So the way to work around that is if you're going to win a game by 50 points, you do not want to do that. You want to win your games by 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 3, 1 points to minimize the amount of skill points you were going to gain from getting that win. I did that in my last 12-0 run, and I did that in my 12-0 run for Gary Payton. So Will Chamberlain and Gary Payton did that in both my 12-0 runs, and it worked perfectly for me, right? Basically what you do is if you're up 20 points on him in the third quarter, start to let him easily back into the game. You do not want to lose game, of course. You want to slowly let him back in the game, but know you always have a 10-point lead, and you're good to go if something goes wrong, right? But then what I would do is let the guy only lose by 5 points. And I felt like my skill-based matchmaking was really low, my skill points, and I versed a lot of bots in a row. So that is something to definitely keep in mind, is when you're playing games, try to keep the game as close as possible and only win by like 5 points, 6 points, 7 points. I feel like that's going to keep your skill points really low and make you verse worse opponents. That is it for the video, guys. Just want to emphasize again, you do not have to get Gary Payton, right? This video will help you win games in Season 5 and Season 4, definitely in Season 3. It's going to help you win a lot of games. So don't worry about, oh my God, I only got 3 days left to get Gary Payton. Oh my God, I'm not going to use these tips. These tips are going to work for next season and probably the season after that, and maybe even the season, maybe the whole year. These tips are very, very solid tips that will help you out through the whole year. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure the tips. Tip number 1, teams, constructing your team, and then looking at that, overall cheesing and try to get your team as low overall by running a 5-man. Second tip, offense, learning how to dribble, learning how to run pick and roll, the main meta offense. Again, we'll be having videos on all this stuff. I have a lot of videos that already came out about this stuff, but we'll be making a couple more videos in the future as well. Tip number 3 is defense, learning how to play off ball with your center, learning how to pinch screens, blitz screens, and just play overall good defense with your lineup. Tip number 4, 2 parts. First part being when you play at. You do not want to play during times of 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Eastern time. You want to try to play at like 3, 4 a.m., but of course, most people can't do that. So play before 7 p.m. or play after 10 p.m. Those are the best times. And the last thing we just talked about is skill-based matchmaking. Try to keep your games as close as possible and only win by a couple points. That's going to help you guys out a lot. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.